We're also streaming from the SuperTalk Mississippi app. Of course, you can always find us, too, on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station, and you can watch us. So we are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. You'll see I'm not alone today on this Friday, which always brings me joy. Actually, reconnecting with an old running friend, Miss Benita Cribb, but she's here as Mississippi Healthcare Association Foundation, and they're up to some really good things in our state. So welcome, Benita.
Thanks for having me, Rebecca.
Today's a great day for running, but yesterday was not.
Not a good day.
Or last night, I guess I say it was not.
It was good until about, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock, and then I think for those of us in central Mississippi, we went south, as we would say. But anywho, okay, so I'll have to admit, I am today years old, or maybe just a few days prior to learning about what you guys do. I had never heard of the Mississippi Healthcare Association Foundation. So catch us up. For those who may not be aware of what you guys do and who you connect with, give us a little background of the organization.
So this organization was founded in 2004. It came as a result of some businessmen and businesswomen and caregivers who realized that in the nursing home business, in where our residents live, they are limited with funding. And there's a need there. There's a huge gap there where they can't get just basic needs met. Even with Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, they couldn't get glasses, they couldn't get hearing aids, they couldn't get dentures. And so that was the brain behind it, is let's go help these folks get their needs met. Having said that, they also saw that there was an opportunity to take advantage of how can we do some really great things for them. So besides grants to be able to provide these services, we also do things like make a memory. So we've taken folks out to the ballpark. We've taken a guy up in an airplane. And so much like Make-A-Wish, it's like that. And so we are working really hard to try to get some exposure to our nursing homes. There's more than 200 in the state.
That's what I was going to ask. Wow, that seems like a small number. I don't know why I was expecting more.
There's 200 plus in the state. That's just long-term care facilities. Now, there's assisted living and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, what's the average number of individuals who call that home now?
The population varies. Some facilities are 60 beds. Some facilities are as large as 180. So somewhere in the middle, maybe I would say 100 beds per facility, maybe somewhere roughly in that area. So in the whole country, there's about 14,000 facilities. So in Mississippi, we have 200 plus of those.
And you think about it, if you've ever had a loved one who had to transition to a nursing home, maybe you have a loved one who's now living under the care of a nursing home, and you have the means, you know exactly what you or your mom or dad did for those. They went and bought them snacks, they bought them socks, they bought them all these things that like you would go and supplement when you went to see Granny or you got to see your uncle or whoever it may be, and you brought them these little things because for a lot of them, I assume, Miss Benita, their primary income is going to keeping them there. They don't have a lot of discretionary income once they make it there. And if they don't have the family component outside to sort of bridge those gaps, then they just go without?
They go without.
Well, that's sad.
It is, but there's such a great opportunity for us at the foundation. That's what we're here for. And so when the nursing home sees a need, then they complete the grant. They get the necessary paperwork done. We have a team of folks on the board that make that happen, and then we just get them what they need. And so I've worked in long-term care all of my career in some way, in some form, and it's my passion to take care of those that are in this setting. It's unbelievable how people just think that you get what you need when you're in the nursing home, and you do get your needs met. But those things outside
some of those your roof, like your parents say, yeah, I'm supposed to put a roof over your head, give you food, but all this other stuff, you say, and it's not necessary, but also the resources aren't always there for that.
That's exactly right. And in most of the folks that live in long-term care settings, they're on Medicaid, so they are very limited with the resources that are left after they pay their rent, so to speak, at the nursing home.
So, Benita, when we are able to help bridge that gap, either by us individually or by partnering with a foundation or just better understanding what it is that you guys do, what does a pair of socks or their favorite candies or a warm blanket that's just not out of the cabinet, what does it mean to those who are living there when it's something that's not necessary but is?
I'll tell you. The joy that is brought upon a resident's face with the simplest of things. We actually do something called Century Club. So if someone turns 100 plus, we'll go out and help celebrate. And we were at a nursing home last week, and this gentleman turned 102. And his favorite things in life were baseball. He was a farmer. He liked to paint, and he loved payday candy bars. And so
Me too, mister. Me too.
And so we had this beautiful arrangement made with all those things, including payday candy bars. He was so excited over the simplest of things. And, it's interesting that we're talking today because Sunday starts National Skilled Nursing Care Week. So in the olden days, we called it National Nursing Home Week. And so they start on Sunday, and each nursing home usually picks every single day. They have it themed, and so they're celebrating all week long all the things that go on in nursing homes. And the problem, Rebecca, is people just think that nursing homes are a place that people just come and die, and it's not. There's a lot of living going on in nursing homes.
I think there's a lot of the myths and misconceptions around nursing homes. There's a lot of, obviously, not every nursing home is created equal, and there's a lot of room for growth, and there should be oversight and all the things, absolutely. But then also, I think because some of that takes stage at the headlines, like everything else, the bad just sort of comes to the top. We don't hear enough of the good stories about what is going on too, the life-giving stories or the warm and fuzzies that also happen on a daily basis by those who are passionate about those living in long-term care.
That's right. We have a huge event coming up in October. It's an annual event. It's called the Resident Convention. And so we bring all the residents from around the state that are able to come. We meet over at the Clyde Muse Center. And when I tell you it's a party, it's a party. It's fantastic. We have music. They come in themed attire. This year, our theme is Party on the Ponderosa. So you can imagine it's going to be cowboy hats and cowboy boots and all the things. And so there's entertainment, and we have talent show and arts and crafts. And, of course, I have to play bingo. But it's a wonderful time to see people gather together outside the nursing home and just enjoy life. And it's a celebration of them. And so we're super excited to continue to do that. We also have, I mentioned the Century Club. We like to celebrate those 100-plus birthdays. And then we do Veterans Day recognition every year. And a unique thing that a lot of people don't know about is that we also do staff scholarships. So people who are working in the nursing home who want to expand their horizons. Maybe there's someone in dietary that wants to go into nursing. Maybe there's someone that's a CNA who wants to become a nurse. We have scholarships that are available. Once again, people don't know about us, and so part of my reason for wanting to come and speak to you is so that we can get the word out. I think we've been a hidden gem for a long time, and I think we're really just looking for some really good exposure.
And I think, too, understanding that y'all are privately funded. So, that takes more people understanding it. And I think anyone who has had a loved one who transitioned through a nursing home, whether, short-term, long-term, whatever it may be, there's a soft spot there, right? I know not every story's great, but still, even those, just the fact that individual has led to that road, you want to be a part of making that the most memorable as possible in terms of their years. You can't say no to it.
You cannot.
To the Century Club. I'm sitting here thinking, Rhino and I need Century Club celebrations too. We need to know who's turning 100 in our great state and help celebrate their
absolutely
help celebrate their lives. Because that's. What a wealth of stories and information and just wisdom that I think gets overlooked.
Yeah, and being privately funded, I think what has been my driving force, I've been at the foundation. I've been on the board, and then I went to work full-time at the foundation back in January. What I found is that we have been funding ourselves. Nursing homes have been funding the foundation for 20 years. And it's because nobody knows that we're in existence. We have an annual golf tournament that we do make some money on the golf tournament. People contribute in memory of or in honor of, so that's available. We have right now we're starting something called Art for the Heart, and it's going to be a calendar. And so we have residents that are going to send in their submissions, and we're going to put together a calendar, and we're going to sell it.
And then we're going to encourage everyone to buy it, including me. I know you also have a great raffle coming up, so we got more with Miss Benita Cribb with the Mississippi Healthcare Association Foundation coming up next. station. And don't forget to watch us. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. We're talking with Benita Cribb. She's with the Mississippi Healthcare Association Foundation. They are a privately funded organization that's doing a lot of good to help nursing home residents across Mississippi. And I can't find nobody that would think that that is not a really good thing. And it's small things. That's the thing that I like, Benita. I know you guys do some bigger things by doing kind of like wish lists for individuals, but that's less than just the everyday kind of needs that you guys meet. So on a weekly basis, what are you guys doing? Because is it the bigger trips, or is it the deliveries of the packages, or celebrating the 100-plus birthdays?
It's a little of both. We do like to have the big deal resident convention. That's so fun, and you bring lots of people together. But the one-on-one, going to the birthday parties when they turn 100, or making sure that they're getting their glasses and their dentures, those things are vitally important. And we stay connected to nursing homes regularly. The association provides them with knowledge on the daily, keeping them up to speed, things that are happening out in the nursing home world, as far as, locally, nationally. And so we take care of our members, but we also take care of our residents, and that's the most important thing that we can do. We got to make sure we do that first.
It makes me think, Benita, kind of like if you want to know which child needs food sent home, or needs clothes washed, or needs whatever, ask a teacher, right? Like, your teacher is going to be the one who knows who's not having those sort of needs met outside of the school. And it feels like being connected to your nursing homes and your CNAs and your staff there, they're the ones who are letting you know Mr. Bill needs his teeth, or Miss Jane needs socks. Is that kind of how it?
That's exactly right. You'll see staff report to administrators and social workers that things are going on. They're not eating well. They seem to have a problem, reading something, and so they'll report those things. And those things, they fill out grant paperwork, they send that to us, and then we get the benefit of going out and making sure those things happen.
Gosh, what joy does that? You got a good job, Benita.
I do. I really do.
And the next piece to your job is just getting us to understand what you guys do, because I was astounded to hear, like, you guys have been around for like 20 years and pretty much funding yourself, which I think is incredible. It also shows that the passion of the industry in what it does, right? That they would fund a foundation to sort of help bridge the gap and meet these needs. But I feel like whenever you tell Mississippians about it, they want to help any way that they can. And you guys have another great way that we can sort of help you do what you're doing, but also maybe do a little something for ourselves. So it's a raffle campaign that's coming up. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we had the idea that we always have some kind of fundraiser associated with the convention that we have down on the coast at the Beau Rivage. And so we've done lots of things over time. And so the board came up with an idea that why don't we do a really nice vacation giveaway?
Yes.
Let's figure out a way. Let's see what number looks good. And so we came up with a $4,000 vacation giveaway. You can go wherever you want. You can take your family to Disney.
Or not.
Or you
take your family or not.
Right. You could go to the beach. You could go to Turks and Caicos. You could use it in splits. Maybe you want to go up to the mountains, maybe to the Smokies one time and spend part of it, and then maybe you want to just go to New Orleans. Maybe you want to go on a cruise out of New Orleans. Any of those things work. And so we decided we would do this giveaway, and that's what we're doing. We're out selling raffle tickets. They're $25 for one ticket and $100 for 5 tickets, and we're going to be drawing for that in June. In addition to that, since we're having our convention down on the coast at the Beau Rivage, they were kind enough to offer a secondary prize, and so that's going to be a one-night stay at the Beau with a $100 food and beverage, which is pretty nice. So we're excited about that too.
So do we have to be at the convention to know if we won the raffle?
You do not have to be present to win, so we're pretty excited about that. So we're selling them outside of just to, again, we've been funding ourselves all along, and so we said, why can't we sell these tickets to anybody? And so that's what we decided to do, is that we're just going to sell them to the public. So if you'll go out to our website, MSHCA.com, and click on About the Foundation, you'll see the giveaways there. You can pay with PayPal. You can pay with all of the major credit cards, Venmo, any of those things work, and would be delighted for you to help us help our residents.
and all the good that you do. Why is it from your, I know, Benita, this is your passion, and you mentioned something a while ago that most people think that nursing homes is just a place where you go to die, and I think that's a big myth, right? That you go there just to finish out life or whatever that looks like for you. Why is it so important that we don't forget about those people? From the small part, obviously, of helping, but on a bigger scale, we just simply we don't forget they're there.
We should never forget they're there. You know, we typically, you know, we love on our families and we take care of them, and then as people start to age, I think we just forget what it's all about. You know, there's so much knowledge, there's so much joy in the nursing home. I spent the majority of my career there loving on old folks. I think as a child, I was kind of a grandparent kid. My parents obviously raised me, but I loved spending time with them. And I learned so much from them. And I think that we overlook that sometimes. And there's all these preconceived notions about what nursing homes do. I promise you, if you took the time to go in there and volunteer your time and get to know these residents, they really just want somebody to touch them on the shoulder and let them know that they are loved and they are cared for. I'll never forget when I was pregnant with my child, my mom worked at a nursing home, and they followed my pregnancy all the way through. You know, back in the day, today you'd never do this, but back in the day, the first place I went when I came home with a baby was to the nursing home to go show all of these old folks my new baby. They loved it, though. Mm-hmm. And the connection between these, you know, a baby and an old person, man, it is amazing to watch. And so I think that they really just need the connection. You don't have to take them anything. You don't have to give them anything. All you have to do is just go spend some time with them. And knowing that National Nursing Home Week or National Skilled Nursing Care Week is this coming week, this is a great opportunity to go spend some time in the nursing home. Contact the activity directors there. I promise you, if you like to do crafts, they would love to have you. If you can sing, they would love to have you. If you can read the Bible, they would love to have you. Don't miss an opportunity
to connect and to volunteer. Also, I think as we're moving into these summer months and so many parents are looking for those volunteer hours for their students, we often go to, and please, I mean, still like the Children's Hospital and some other places for volunteering are wonderful places. I'm just offering the opportunity to think like, hey, what about nursing homes too? It'd be something to watch to an older generation get to meet with a younger generation, to me is something so special. It's super awkward at first, but then when you get there and you spend the first 20, 30 minutes and the ice breaks, then you start to see that, gosh, they just have so much to offer. Our church does a lot of volunteer work at Wisteria in Rankin County or in Brandon, and I love that they love old hymns. Oh, my God. And they don't care that you can't sing because they can't either. And I love that they love their fingernails painted because my daughter loves painting those, and they don't care how bad they look. They just love, having you there. And two, I love that the ones who are sitting there talking to my 11-year-old about her tryouts and her whatever it may be, they give her the same joy they would like a regular grandparent would. It's making me sad, but they still have so much life and love to give, I think is what I'm trying to say.
They do, and I think we push past that, and they just need 5 minutes. Just go in there and spend 5 minutes. Sit down and talk to them. It is amazing what I've learned over time. And that was the joy that I loved doing. I just wanted to get to know them. I would go in their room and we would just sit and visit. We'd just go sit down in the lobby. And look, another great thing is it's summertime. People are planting gardens. Go help them build a little garden in the back and help them tend to that. There's so many opportunities that are not the traditional. It's fine to go sing and read the Bible, but there's some other things that you can do.
Yeah, in that way. Or you can just buy a raffle ticket.
You could buy a raffle ticket. That would be fantastic.
That would be fantastic. And I feel like we got very passionate there. But I do think that this is, and even shame on me for this is the first time having this conversation here on Good Things, because there is so many good that's going on within the nursing home and so much good life left for those individuals to experience and to provide and be a part of. And so we need to do a better job of keeping them in the conversation as well in terms of just what all's happening in the state. So I think we're going to try to help do that too. I think we need to start celebrating our centenarians, Miss Benita. I mean, we need to let us all know that we've got those that have lived 10 decades.
Right. And,
Yeah.
you know, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to, I mean, the title of your program is fantastic. It's Good Things. And this is good stuff.
It is good stuff. Who doesn't want a good grandma or grandpa, even if they're like your surrogate one?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. What's the website to go and buy our ticket?
MSHCA.com and click on About the Foundation.
And we will put that link in the Good Things Facebook group to make it super simple for you guys to buy a raffle ticket or just learn more. Whichever way will be a good thing. Benita, thank you for your time. I think we're just getting started, but stick with us. We got more for you coming up next. It's Friday, so we got Tanya with movies.
And you're